takes on a whole new meaning in the world of quarantines and stay-at-home orders. Home is where the heart is. Home, sweet home. We're all homegirls right now. All my jokes are inside jokes. But homesick is, maybe it's now defined as instead of missing home, it means I can't wait to get out of my home. I'm so homesick. Or maybe homework isn't what you do in between days of school, but the work you do at home. I've got so much homework to do. Lots of moms and dads are stay-at-home parents right now. Some continuing to work, right? But too many losing their jobs because they have to take care of the kiddos. There are so many more stay-at-home parents. No matter what you're currently feeling about your home, I hope you can resonate with the idea that there's no place like home. There's no place like home. I can just hear Dorothy clicking her heels. But for you and your money, maybe that, how do you feel about that? A home for your money? Now, I don't mean store your money at home or in the dry walls of your home, but that your money needs a home, a place to live. Let's explore the idea of finding a home for your money. Welcome to the Fife Movement. I'm your host, Amanda Neely. This is the only movement that helps our generation create our unique, feminine, and entrepreneurial path to financial independence. Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell if you're watching on YouTube so that you get notifications of future episodes. Now, right now, I feel super grateful to have a good home. We signed the title and mortgage and moved into our home on the infamous Friday, March 13th, 2020. We got in the nick of time. Our previous home in Chicago was about 600 square foot smaller, but the most frustrating thing was that we were sharing offices with bedrooms. And whenever our son would take a nap, one of us would be officeless. Now, with our new home, we have offices that are separate from our bedrooms, so we're better able to work and keep work and personal life separate. This room now where I'm recording, much better than where I would have recorded previously. Now, I'm not always at home. I still leave home. We go for walks around the neighborhood. I get to go to the grocery store about once a week. During the summer, we went for mini adventures to state parks almost every Sunday if it wasn't raining. And I'm really looking forward to the day when I can actually travel farther from home and take a real vacation. That'll be really awesome. And my money is a lot like me. It has a home base where it stays most of the time, especially during a pandemic. I'm trying to keep as much at home as I can. But then it likes to travel. Over the last 7 years, my money has left its home to help me pay off debt, to get through an emergency, to take a trip to Ireland, to purchase a physical home, and it's currently helping me make improvements to my home. New windows can't get here soon enough. But, before our next road trip, I'm hoping my money is able to help us buy an automobile. We're also toying around with the idea that our money could leave its home, come into our business to help our business grow, to make more money, right? In the longer term future, the possibilities are endless. We might do real estate investing, help our son transition to adulthood, create passive income for when we want or need to work less or not at all. It can help us cover medical bills. The possibilities are endless. Now, you might be familiar with what I'm talking about, with how money likes to leave its home. It's called spending. We all do it all the time. But the best money also returns home. Getting through that emergency helped me continue to make money rather than lose my sole source of income. And then I used that income, that money that I made, to return my money to its home. And the same with everything else. I try to make sure before I have my money leave home that I have a strategy for how to get it back home. I mean, would you go on a vacation if you didn't have a strategy for how you're going to get back home? Should your money do that either? Right? So let's use the new windows as an example. Before we ordered them, Brandon and I explored our options. Option one was to take the 12 months, 0% financing option from the window company. Sounded really appealing. We calculated how much we need to pay per month in order to pay that off in 12 months. Talked about we would set up an auto withdrawal so that we didn't, miss a payment, right? And then we asked, but really, does that monthly payment for the next 12 months, does that fit in our cash flow? Is that going to stretch us too much, right? Make us feel like we don't have enough money to do the things of life. So it was a good option, but we also looked at option two, which was to pay cash. And we asked the guy giving us the quote if they give a cash discount. And sure enough, they do. It's 3%. So we calculated the discount and then how much we need to pay ourselves back per month to return that cash home in a reasonable time frame. Of course, we have flexibility in our repayment to ourselves, no late fees, no penalty for missing a payment or getting off track. And that 3% discount, you might think that's not really that much of anything, except for such a big expense like windows, it did add up. But the more important thing was the flexibility in returning that cash to its home was super important to us. And so we ended up taking the discount and paying cash over taking that 0% financing because we wanted to still have that flexibility in terms of our repayment schedule without having to worry and have all that stress about if we're going to miss a payment, if we're going to get off track, right? Because we're entrepreneurs, our income is variable. We got to think about those things. But the most important thing here is that we decided in advance how to return the money to its home so that we could use it again for the next thing, the car, the business investment, the long-term possibilities. Now, at this point, you might be wondering how to apply this to your situation. And I don't know where you're at, only you do right now, but let me ask you some questions. How could you build up some money where it's accessible to use when you need it for major purchases? And what's the best place to build up that money, right? To create a home and to actually have money living in that home. Now, I have 4 criteria that I look for to find the most efficient home for my money. And you might consider these as you're looking for a home for your money as well. The first one is accessibility. Personally, I don't want to use a 401k or IRA as my money's home because there's a penalty for early withdrawal or lots of hoops to jump through for loans and loan repayments. I want accessibility on my terms. The second one is I want my money to be safe. I don't want to use stocks as a home for my money because what if they're down and I really want to make or need to make a major purchase? I don't want to have to choose to sell when they're down, delay my purchase, or otherwise compromise due to limited options, especially in the case of an emergency or like a super excellent opportunity. I need my money to be safe and I need it to be accessible. I can't limit my options. I want to actually increase my options in terms of the accessibility and the safety. And then I want ideally, I want it to also be non-taxable. I don't want to have to think about taxes when I send my money away from home or as I return it to home. I don't even want to have to report to the Internal Revenue Service about how my money is moving. That's private for me, right? If they don't have to know, even better. So safe, accessible, and non-taxable. And then the fourth one is no opportunity cost. When my money is at home, it's gaining interest. I don't want to lose that interest whenever it leaves home and until I pay it back. That would make me, again, have to compromise to take shortcuts or delay purchases because I'm worried about losing the opportunity that that money could grow into. So safe, accessible, non-taxable, and it continues to grow even when I use it. There's no opportunity cost. And there's only one financial product I know of that serves as a home for my money with accessibility, safety, tax advantages, and no opportunity costs when I use it. If you know of one, please let me know. But the one I know of is a financial product that has a few names: Bank on Yourself, Infinite Banking, Cash Flow Banking, or Family Banking, to name a few. The technical term for it is, if you're ready, is high cash value, dividend paying whole life insurance from one of only a select companies with the mutual, non direct recognition structure and financial strength to back up these types of plans. That's a mouthful, hence all those nicknames. Personally, I adopted a policy as the home for my money about 7 years ago. And now, not 100% of my money goes there. About 20% does, especially for those medium and long-term expenses, right? So that I can, use that money for the things I've mentioned here, home, car, kids, college, or other transition to adulthood, retirement eventually, et cetera. Now, if you're intrigued and want to learn how these types of policies work and if one would work for you, I'd invite you to visit our official business website, grandmaswealthwisdom.com/call. And there you can set up a quick 15-minute chat. I'd love the opportunity to just hear more about your story, see if I can help you or if there's someone I can point you to that can help. Seriously, no pressure to do business with me. I'm just eager for those who could benefit from this sort of home for their money to find out more about it and see if it actually does benefit them. It's not right for everybody. So you got to kind of talk to a professional to find out if it's right for you. Thanks for joining me and connecting with the Fife movement. As you go about your day today, remember, wealth is coming your way. Your quest is to prepare for using it well, to create that home for it, and know how to use that home to its advantage, right? For more tips on how to prepare, be sure to subscribe, and to connect with the community, visit fifemovement.com. If my gift has helped you today, please pay that gift forward by sharing this content with a friend. My gratitude in advance. To help this video be seen by more people, please hit that like button, and we invite your feedback in the comments too. I'd love to hear what you think of this concept of creating a home for your money and how it can leave home, but you also have to think about how it returns home.